All right, guys. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of protecting your peace. And protecting your peace comes in a variety of different circumstances, and they're all important. And I just want to go over a few of those. One of those being your friendships, okay? You know, the people you hang out with, catch some drinks with, watch some sports with, however you guys hang out. Now, they could be your boys and all this and that, but maybe there gets to a point where maybe the relationship gets toxic, okay? Because one thing about life is that it will always change, and that applies to our relationships, okay? And you'll see that as we, obviously keep going with this. So maybe your relationship for many years was great, okay? Maybe it was fantastic. But to give an example to this, I was last week watching a podcast with Dr. John Deloney. And if you haven't, checked that out, then I would suggest you do it. It's helped me a lot to get a lot of life perspective and stuff like that. But there was this guy who was calling about his buddy who always had relationship problems, and the dude was personally getting fatigued with always his friend bringing up this constant his constant hurt in the marriage, but not willing to do anything to change that. And so that was his frustration in this instance. And so that's the first example that came to mind is like maybe our friendships can get somewhat toxic. Maybe it can be like how, homeboy that I said, just they continue to bring problems to you or keep saying, hey, man, I'm struggling with this and that. And they're just bringing problems to you, but they're not bringing peace to your life. Okay. Like whenever you're around them, all it feels like is chaos and it's always trouble and just like it doesn't feel good to be around them, right? Because you're just like, man, dude, all you keep doing is talking about how such and such situation is bad or such and such a person is bad. Oh, my boss is terrible, bro. Oh, my wife is terrible, bro. Man, I got laid off on my job, man. And I just don't even know what to do with my life, man. And it's like, you try to help them, right? They're your homie, but they don't really make the steps to change, just like the dude I mentioned in the Dr. John Deloney podcast. So that would be an instance where you have to look within yourself and ask like, is this person bringing me peace? Obviously love them and all that, but maybe you have to love them from a distance, or maybe that relationship is just over because like I said, you're always around them, but all it brings to you is hurt and discouragement and despair maybe, and you're just like, man, being around this person does not bring me peace because all he wants to do and talk about is how terrible life is, and I don't like that. Or maybe he's doing stuff in life that you do not approve of anymore or things of that sort. And so in that instance, again, like I said, you just have to look within and ask, should I end this relationship for the sake of my peace? That's ultimately up for, us as individuals to decide. Now, let's get on to family. Um, Family can be a little bit harder because obviously they're family. And so they're always going to be a part of your life. But um, things can come about when maybe you yourself become a mother or a father, and maybe they get a little too involved with how to parent your children. That can be an example. And in that case, maybe that's another reason why peace has been violated, or there's just not peace in that relationship anymore. Or it could be if you're maybe younger or just not in a relationship or anything like that, maybe they're trying to force things on you that you don't want to do, such as maybe you don't want to go to college. Maybe you don't want to work a 9 to 5. Maybe you don't want to get married. And so they're just going to shame you, say, oh, what is wrong with you? Why are you not doing this? And again, your peace is not protected. And thus you feel sad and, just in despair and whatever it may be. Those people do not bring you peace. I know they're family, but again, I would say protect your peace. If you got to distance yourself from family members, that are violating your peace, protect your peace and perhaps just move away or stop communicating with them. Maybe don't see them on the holiday. Like, just protect your peace. Now, finally, we'll get to the relationships. I think this should be fairly easy. Obviously, it depends on how far you are in the relationship. But if you have, your significant other that's, toxic, abusive, always putting you down, things of that sort, right? Again, protect your peace, especially if you're in the dating phase, man. If you're in the dating phase and these things are occurring, she's taking advantage of you, always making you buy stuff and always expecting you to maybe always pay for things, and it's never reciprocated, or always give love. It's never reciprocated. It's not appreciated, stuff like that. And it doesn't feel like you guys are on equal footing, right? Like, you feel like you're more the pursuer than she is. Again, or maybe she's just toxic in general. Like, maybe she's always searching through your phone because she has trust issues and you're not doing nothing that would indicate that you are cheating. Or maybe she is the one who's being toxic and is, secretly texting other dudes and you come across that somehow. Like, again, protect your peace. All right. This is a matter of importance, okay? Because your environment is important. And obviously, your mental headspace is important. And these people, if they're toxic, can be just very detrimental to your mental health and just your emotional health. And so, like I say, guys, just protect your peace because you're worth it. Your mental health is worth it. Emotional health, just your life as a whole. I mean, you gotta protect your peace. And that's where I'm gonna leave it for this video. Thank you.